Oh man, Salma, what a day it's
Yeah.
been. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, thank you. How are you? Have you had a good day?
Yeah, I've had an absolutely amazing day. Coming to Bristol, being here at We Are LegalTech today, it's just been amazing. And we obviously, as you know, we just had our panel just now, and the conversation was just so electric. Talking about responsible AI. What was your key learning points or takeaways from just listening to people or just hearing more perspectives on how we can be more able to have responsible AI in the sector?
I thought it was such a great panel, and it was so great to hear everybody's views on all the different touch points. To be honest,
Absolutely.
I mean, with Henry bringing his experience and kind of like well-being in the workplace, from to Dr. Zara Nani, her kind of experience from like Silicon Valley or the research that she's done, and from her tech background, and then from Dana as well. I thought there was so much learning to be done in there around the responsible AI and touching again on sustainability. People, I don't every time I use ChatGPT, I try to remember, but I don't always, that actually what effect is it actually having on the environment. What are we doing on that side of it?
It's really important.
The really great point that Dana made as well about the fact that actually responsible AI, we've got AI, it's here to stay. It's about what we do from here onwards.
Absolutely, it's about what we do from here onwards, and it was just so clear to see when we were having that conversation that we all had a shared interest in artificial intelligence becoming a vehicle for us being more human in the industry, not just absorbing ourselves into the technology and saying we're now all tech enthusiasts and we're just going to embrace it to the fullest extent. How do you feel that, just going forward, that, we can be more human as a result of us embracing artificial intelligence? Is there anything that you really took from that which made you think actually embracing that human side is actually going to allow us to, be more responsible when it comes down to artificial intelligence?
I think the key thing that I took away from it is actually that now that we have AI to do all the tasks that can be automated, we have more headspace and more kind of time to focus on the human elements, on the relationships with each other, on the empathy when a client comes to you, actually more thinking time on the strategy, where the lawyer brings the real value. And I think that's a really interesting take on it all. So, I mean, AI is here to stay. It's what we do with it. But I do think that it absolutely does free up that kind of headspace so we can focus on being better humans, better human lawyers to deal with our human problems.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And one final question I want to ask you is that quite, selfishly, like I'm somebody who's just so invested in seeing next generation, because I really want the industry to be in better hands than when we left it. And seeing you as president of Bristol Law Society, seeing what you've done over the years is so inspiring to me, because you've done so much also to uplift people, and I genuinely connect with people in a similar vein. So with that being said, and with the work you've been doing as Bristol Law Society's president, and also the work across the wider industry, what do you hope the people coming forward into the next generation can really take when they're learning about artificial intelligence to be responsible in how they take the industry forward as part of their vision?
I would really want them to focus on the things that actually matter. I would want them to have a wider kind of perspective. To kind of think about how are we going to use this responsibility, what responsible actually is. Bring their own kind of ideas to the table. Allow themselves to be more creative. And understand that AI is just a tool, and we can do so much good with this as well if we design it to work in better and more responsible way.
I absolutely love that. I love that. Thank you so much. And, once again, thank you so much for the work you've been doing as president of Bristol Law Society, and you do a wider Bristol. It doesn't go unnoticed with all the impact that you make with people and seeing people coming behind you who really are inspired by the work you do. So I hope that the work you're doing is really valued, and, hopefully this conversation that we've had today can really take forward more conversations going forward in the future about how we can deliver responsible AI.
Thank you so much, Akil, and thank you as well, and thank you for all the great work that you're doing with NRG lawyers as well. So yeah, it was absolutely great to have you here today, and thank you for facilitating.
Fantastic, thank you.